Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? You already know who this is. This is your girl, Queen B in the house. Yeah, yo. So, guys, as we all know, right, that the autopsy is finally back in. Yes, the autopsy is finally back in. Uh, but wait, how did it get? I don't know. How, Donna? How were you able to get the autopsy that quick, that fast? I've seen people still waiting on their autopsy to be completed, and within a week or 2 weeks, you got it done. Woo, Miss D, you must have some kind of power in the area because all you have to do is snap your finger, snap, 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 and boom, bam, bam, the autopsy was back. Kudos to you. But anyway, guys, forget about all that. Bottom line is the autopsy is back, right? And according to what I heard and seen, yeah, I see, the little part on Lorraine's show where they were showing the autopsy and, the results of it. It appears to be some form of a heart attack or stroke or both. I'm not quite sure at this point because, it sounded confusing. But anyway, it said she had a heart attack or stroke or both. Now, I'm not quite sure as far as what her medical history looks like because for the way it kind of appears and sound, Miss Ritchie may or may not have been going to the doctor on a regular basis. And we have to assume at this point that she was not going to the doctor on a regular basis because we all know basically everything that comes with Miss Ritchie. Usually, Donna would have her camera and she would, walk you guys through and share it with you guys. And, because of course she was the Planka grandmother, right? So I am almost guaranteed and sure if Miss Ritchie was going to the doctor at certain times, I'm sure Donna, her daughter, would have took you guys with her on that journey. And in going back and looking at certain videos, I don't see a lot of videos really where Donna was taking her to the doctor, right? We only hear that Ernie took her to the doctor, or we may hear that Ernie did this or Ernie did that. But I've never to look back and see a video where Donna is actually picking up Miss Ritchie, putting her in her vehicle, taking her, to the doctors, getting her a checkup, you know what I'm saying, and taking you guys on that journey with her like she normally would. I've never seen it. Guys, if there's a video out there like that, please put it out so the world can see, yes, Donna was taking her to the doctor, right? The reason why I'm saying that because yes, people can have sudden heart attack and die. It does happen. But for the most part, most people that get heart attacks is usually someone that already had pre-existing issues with, heart illness or some kind of, what you call it, there's a medical name for it, right? That has heart problems, right? That runs in their family or it just a history with them. They have had issues in the past with their hearts and, they've been to the cardiologist or whatever and, what I'm saying? There is no record to show that Miss Ritchie in the past or even up till she died had any kind of heart issues. So dying of a heart attack, we have to say maybe, just maybe, she has been having some form of heart illness or heart sickness or, we all know high blood pressure and all that is not good for the heart and stuff like that. If she was going to the doctor on a regular basis, maybe, just maybe, they could have found that out at an earlier stage and able to treat her and give her the proper medication in order for her to live a little bit longer. Yes, we all know she lived till 93. Many of us may not even live to see her age. And yes, you have people that die in their early 20s, 30s, 40s. So she's blessed to have lived till 93. But at the same time, we don't want to do anything neglectful in a way where it's going to cause her to not able to live if it's even 2 years more or 3 years more or 4 years more or 5 years more. People are living longer nowadays. So we can't take the fact that she's 93, that it's okay, that, okay, fine, if she didn't get the care, so what? She had to die anyway at 90. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to take that attitude, right? God rest her soul. Rest in peace, Miss Richie. Even though right now you cannot rest in peace because people have a lot of questions that they're asking, right? But in the meantime, I'm just saying, if that's the reason how she died was by a heart attack, again, did she have any kind of heart history? Did she have any kind of heart illness? Does it run in her family? Do anybody know her family history? Nobody knows, because I don't think anybody took the time to really find that out so they could properly monitor her. All right? So it comes to the fact now, okay, she's dead, right? No matter what the autopsy say, at the end of the day, Miss Richie is dead. It's not going to bring her back alive. It's not going to, so we're going to have to, whether we want to or not, or whether we get the answers or not, we're going to have to just move on. We have to. We have no choice but to move on. So now we're going to get down to the funeral. Now, as far as the funeral is concerned, Miss Richie, to me, in my opinion, doesn't need an expensive, elaborate funeral, right? She don't, right? And to me, Miss D, in all honesty, I think the reason why a lot of people may be upset of how you're going about the whole funeral thing and the cost of it, and it being, going to cost maybe $1 million, and it's because they looking at the callousness of you appears to not care about your planker's financial statuses, right? Because already you have one project going on where you're requiring over $1 million, and that is with the student. So you already have that going on. So to incorporate now Miss Rich's funeral and trying to reach another million when you could really and truly get it done for way, way less, I would think that you would try to go at least the more cheapest route possible, right? To be able to put her down in the ground. The woman is already dead. So, she's not going to know whether or not she got an elaborate funeral or whether or not, her funeral was very simple or, and knowing Miss Richie, Donna, knowing Miss Richie, she would want something simple. She was never someone that likes the big crowd and excitement and, Miss Richie is not one to really like stuff like that. So you should already know that Miss Richie would like to be buried very simple, very low-keyed. Yes, her planker people, her planker grandkids or whatever you want to call it, yeah, they're going to want to fly down and be a part of that whole, shebang. You already know how that goes. That's fine. But as far as the expense-wise, I don't think she would care much if she got $1 million funeral. So it does come across a little insensitive when you're not thinking about your plankers and their budgets and their pockets are, what I'm saying? It seemed a little callous on your part, right? Especially with you having the school fee marathon going on at the same exact time. Be a little bit more mindful. That's all we're saying. Be a little bit more mindful. Be a little bit more empathetic and sympathetic towards people's pocket and their budget and able to, do something a little bit more less expensive, right? Also, if the funeral parlor is owned by a really good friend of yours, I'm not sure if it's your admin or not. It's being said out there that the person is your admin. But if the funeral parlor is being run by a really, really close friend of yours, right? I can't understand how in the world you were not able to negotiate some kind of discount on each package, or some kind of agreement where she could give you a nice little package at a very decent cut rate, being the fact that it is the planker grandmother that's being buried, and I'm assuming she's a planker also. That's what kind of little make me like, like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, it. Why are you not trying to negotiate with this woman to say, hey, this is the planker grandmother. Even if she don't own it, but she works there, she still could have some kind of say as far as trying to get you a more reasonable package at a reasonable cut rate. She don't have to give it to you at the same rate that she would give the public. And that is what it appears to be. Like, she's giving you all the same rate as a regular public person, when indeed that is your good friend. And I feel to say, I'm sure somewhere along the line she could have given you a big major discount so you could probably put her away, if that's the way you want to bury her, with this elaborate funeral. So for us not even to see you on camera trying to negotiate with her, to say, come on, man, me and your friend, we've been friends for a very long time. The planker grandkids want her to have an elaborate funeral. I'm trying to help save them money also, being the fact that they're going to be the one donating towards this funeral. Come on, have a little sympathy, man. Just give me a little cut rate on this, or a little cut rate on that. Right now, them might help me up with the student, them, and I don't want to appear like, no, man, you have to cut down on your price, man. No, man, give me this with that. We don't see you doing that form of negotiation, as if in trying to save as much money as possible through your friend's funeral parlor. So that again looks a little, you understand? And these are the reasons that give people the kind of questions that they have, because now you're going to leave it in people's mind now to say, okay, I wonder if she's showing the actual prices, which is going to total over $1 million in front of the camera. She's showing all the prices so the plankers could know how much they need to donate into it. But then once the camera turn off or behind closed doors, you don't know if a discounted rate is already set aside. So if it's going to be $1 million to the public for what the plankers could see, and they send $1 million in, but on the side you already negotiated for 250,000 or 500,000. Now you have 500,000 left over, which can be split among everybody, right? So you're gonna leave that in people's mind to think that when you do stuff like this, right? But at the end of the day, Miss Richie do have to get buried. It really don't have to be such an elaborate thing. It could be something very simple, very nice, easygoing, something, that don't cost no more than maybe 250, 300,000, if that much. You don't need no big elaborate, t-shirts and this and that. I mean, I understand people may want those t-shirts as memorabilia, but I think all your videos is enough memorabilia that these people can download and keep in their video library, and they could go and watch it over and over and over and over. Other than a t-shirt where you wear it a few times and it get worn out, stained up, before you know it, they're using it to clean the floors, right? So that to me is a waste of money. All right. So that's my 2 cents on everything. Bottom line, wrapping it up, It say she died of a heart attack, stroke. To me, if she was going to the doctor on a regular basis, I'm sure somehow or another the doctor would have seen that she having some kind of heart issues, and that could have been taken care of. She could have, her diet could have been a little bit different, other than a lot of sweets and chocolate and cake, and and not more healthier stuff for her. So it was, that could also contribute to some of her health issues. And as far as the funeral is concerned, I feel that if that lady is your friend, Miss D, I'm thinking it must be you should be able to get a better rate and a more discounted rate, because again, she's Planka grandmother. Why you're not trying to negotiate for a better rate from this lady, I'm not sure. It leave people's mind with certain questions. Anyway, guys, that's my 2 cent, 10 cent dollar on this whole situation, and I'll see you again once the funeral commenced, and I will give you my final thoughts at that point. Until then, have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, night, no matter what part of the world you're in today. And Queen Bee is